I decided, kind of randomly, I just wanted to do more stuff like this. I decided to go ahead and rank my 10 favorite games of all time that I personally love. This isn't like an objective list. This isn't like saying these are the best games of all time. They're just my personal favorites and what I love. A lot of them I grew up on them, so there's definitely some nostalgia factors to them. And yeah, I think you'll notice a theme across the list. But I thought it'd be fun to just go over this. I've been playing more games lately, getting into more different genres, and even developing my own game and stuff. So I thought it'd just be fun to do something like this, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, I already made the list. I already have it all set up here. I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say you'll definitely notice some themes in the list. Something to keep in mind is that I grew up with two brothers as well, and I've played a lot of games, but there's also a lot of games I haven't played. Although I've watched like a lot of the single player games growing up. I watched my brothers play because I wasn't as into single players growing up. I'm definitely more into them now, but so for some of those games, which I'm not going to name yet, but some of those games that I like watched my brothers play, I didn't really consider them for the list because if I hadn't personally played them, I feel like it wasn't fair, even though there's a lot of really good games that I know the story of and I know how they work and all that I do think are great and are cool and I enjoyed watching them, but I just didn't play them. So yeah, these are all games I've actually played. So anyway, that's just where we're going to do it. I'm just going to show it on screen as we go through them. It's going to be 10 games plus a few honorable mentions just because I always want to do honorable mentions. Honestly, I feel like honorable mentions I could go on forever about. There's like probably like 100 of them, but I try to keep it, keep them unique, keep them very specific to like impacting my life in a way. And I'll just like briefly explain why each one is where it is. So without further ado, chat, I'm doing this live on stream. Chat, put a W or L if you think the game is a W or L, basically. If you disagree with me, again, it's my favorite games, but you can still disagree with me, and you can tell me I'm stupid. You can tell me this game sucks. That's fine. So if you disagree with me, please tell me. And this will be a YouTube video. So if you disagree, leave a comment. Also, if you feel like I left out a game or a game that I mentioned I haven't played or something, and you really think I should play it, like a quick spoiler, I guess, is like God of War isn't going to be on this list because I never played or watched it. But it seems like a really cool game, and it's something I do want to play. So maybe one day that could take a spot on the list. So anyway, let's just get into it, okay? I've yapped on long enough, although I'm going to continue yapping, I suppose. Okay, I basically just Googled the game and have the Google page up for it. So we're just going to look at the Google page, maybe look at some images. And maybe if this is a YouTube video, Laurel can put some gameplay of the game on screen when I talk about it. But
no, I don't think I will.
Without further ado, coming in at number 10. You guys ready for this spicy one off the bat? We're starting out with the spicy one. I might get some hate for this, but we're starting off with Wii Sports. Starting out with Wii Sports. I kind of forgot about this game, but when I was like looking through all my games I've ever played, I was like, this is actually an amazing game. Like, I play this with friends. I play this with my family. It was such a unique game as well. Like, I don't know. We grinded this game, and there's so many, like, golf was fun. Bowling was awesome. Tennis. You could also cheat at this game. Well, not cheat, but, there was some tricks, some tactics to, like, hitting home runs and always hitting the tennis ball. You could literally just spam flick. That's how I started out early, you know what I mean? But yeah, dude, Wii Sports, underrated. I feel like people, like this isn't gonna be, if you're looking at like the best games of all time, probably, but I feel like it should be up there. Like Wii Sports got to be up there. It's just so unique, and I don't know. I love this game. It was so fun to play with other people as well. Nostalgia. I don't know if nostalgia carries. I think this holds up pretty well today. Like this would be a fun game to play today, even. I mean, Wii Sports number 10. W or L, chat. It seems like a lot of you guys agreed, which I'm surprised by. I thought I might get roasted for the Wii Sports edition or inclusion. W. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys like it. Wii Sports is goated though. And also, like, the Wii in general was just a cool console. Like, I think this is probably the only Wii game on this list. I think. Spoiler alert. But, so we had to throw it in because the Wii was underrated. Coming in at number 9. We have DayZ. Specifically, the DayZ mod for Arma 2. That's, like, the main thing. The DayZ standalone is great, too. I mean, I love that. But the one that, like, is specifically, like I'm attached with and that I love is the mod for Arma 2. Staying up late nights playing that with friends. There's some crazy experiences on that game. It was a very unique game at the time as well. And like the standalone had some issues when it first came out. Like it's been in development for a long time, and it was very, very buggy at first. I mean, the mod was also buggy, but that was kind of to be expected because it was a mod. There were so many custom maps and fun maps that we played on that. I don't know. It was like that one of those first games where, at least for me, where like give you that extraction shooter feeling from like Tarkov or any of those types of games where you like cared about your character, you cared about your loot. PvP was fun. Like the survival aspect was fun. Like DayZ was definitely quintessential. I couldn't leave it off the list. Like it was quintessential for me. So that's number 9. DayZ at number 9. W or L, chat. Another hot one. Another spicy one. But like the real ones will know. The real ones will definitely know for this one. Coming in at number 8. We have StarCraft. Close, like some of these games, there's like a series, so it's kind of close between each game. I'm probably going to go Brood War just because that's kind of like, I grew up on that. I love StarCraft 2 as well. It's very, very close. But the custom games on Brood War especially, like, I mean, just goated. Just goated. Funny story. I remember one time, I was still pretty young. I was probably like 12, 13. My brother, his girlfriend was over, and I was playing StarCraft, and I was so embarrassed because it's such a nerdy game. Like, StarCraft is so nerdy. I was, like, embarrassed to play it in front of her. But, like, hey, I was playing it, and I did play it a lot as a kid. But, yeah, just regular games, like, the actual, like, the campaign, but especially custom games. Custom games in this, like, that's why I preach about custom games in, like, every online game that I play nowadays, because there's just so, like, infinite potential. And, like, once you set up the infrastructure, the architecture for it, like, people can do whatever they want with the game, and it can take on a whole new life and, like, do other stuff. And StarCraft custom games definitely did that. Also, Warcraft custom games, but less so. I was more of a StarCraft kid, but yeah, Brood War and definitely 2. Oh, I played this so much, Dub. Are you kidding me? The StarCraft was, like, also, like, one of the first games that, like, inspired me or made me want to get a PC. Because I was definitely more of a console kid in general, but, like, StarCraft definitely was like, okay, I need to get a PC for this game. So, yeah, I love StarCraft. Also, StarCraft esports was amazing. StarCraft esports is one of the best still to this day. And I still to this day believe that the hardest game to be a pro at was probably this game. And, like, I think a StarCraft pro could have gone pro in Dota, League, Val, anything, like, easily if they just wanted to. And, like, they actually enjoyed the game and everything. So, yeah, definitely StarCraft at number 8. This is where things get real tough. Like, those bottom ones, I'm comfortable with leaving them there. But it was hard to do this. It was hard to put these games where they are. But I think I had to. So, coming in at number 7, we have Outer Wilds. A game that I played actually not too long ago, maybe a year ago. But this game is amazing. I highly recommend it. Definitely one of my favorite single-player games of all time. The story's beautiful. The game itself, like the gameplay loop, is awesome. And if you've never played it before, never heard of it, I highly recommend you play it blind. Go in blind and just play through it. This game is amazing. It's rough because I did want to place it higher, but I just, like, for the other games that are a bit above it in this list, like, I don't know. It was just difficult. It was difficult to do, but yes, I love this game. It's definitely gonna remember this for the rest of my life. It's a game that I really, really wish I could just play again for the first time without knowing what it is, or like what happens or anything. And I was about to say something about the game, but that might have been even a spoil. So I'm just gonna be quiet, just in case some people watching this have never played this game before. Definitely notice a theme like of being a multiplayer kid as well for me. At number 6, we have Gears of War. Gears of War, I mean, people don't understand primetime Gears of War. It's up there with some others maybe that we're going to talk about, but I love Gears of War. Made montages on this game. Specifically the first Gears of War, but Gears of War, the first trilogy, like 1, 2, 3, all great. But yeah, specifically the first Gears of War, I sank so many hours into. Fun multiplayer, fun campaign. Like, sniping in this game is still, like, one of the most satisfying things to do in any game ever. I'm a sniping kid, so I did love that. But yeah, Gears is so goated. But yeah, another great game. All around good, too. Like, I enjoyed the campaign for this game as well. Now for the top 5. My goodness. My top 5 games. Number 5. Oh, you guys aren't ready for this one. Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, the series, I mean, Red Dead 1 is amazing as well. But specifically Red Dead 2. Another game that I played recently. And when you think about it, like, there's a decent amount of games, like good games that I haven't played up to this point, especially single player games. And I kind of like it, though. I kind of happy about it because I just have, like, this backlog of games that I could try. And, like, Red Dead was one of them. And I finally got around to playing it. And my God, What a beautiful game. Absolute masterpiece of a game. So much to do. Rockstar is insane. If you play Red Dead 1 even, the graphics and stuff holds up to this day. Like, if they released that game today, the graphics would be, like, slightly subpar, and people would be like, what the heck? But, like, it would still do well, and people would love it. And, like, I don't know, just... But, yeah, great game, great story. Arthur Morgan, one of my favorite characters of, like, any piece of fiction ever. Another game I wish I could experience for the first time. Sadly, for both games... actually, for the two, I knew... I don't want to spoil anything, because if you want to play this for the first time, you definitely should. Another game you definitely should play for the first time, all the way through. I was a bit spoiled for the second story, so that kind of sucked. The first one I didn't know at all. I knew a little bit, but I didn't know the ending. So that was pretty cool. So sadly, I was a bit spoiled on the second one, but regardless, still was amazing, and I still loved it. So, not even from him, Zubba. I knew it before that. Or I had the idea. I remember when this game came out, people were spoiling stuff, so I think I got spoiled back then. But anyway, yeah, Red Dead at number 5. I feel like the objective. No, this is a favorite, but objectively speaking, this is also one of the best games of all time. Like, I'd throw this up there with the best of them. I just think I'm a bit more personally attached to some of these other games because of my childhood and stuff. So, number 4, we have Halo 3. Again, another series one. I could go Halo 2. I could go Halo 1. I could go Reach. I couldn't go any of the other Halos, though. That's it. Maybe ODST is cool, but not up there. But definitely Halo 3. The reason it's going to be above Halo 2, even though I love Halo 2, and I speedrun that game. That was the first multiplayer game that I ever played, or Xbox Live game. Halo 2 was amazing for that. The reason I got to go Halo 3 is it still holds up to this day. Like, it came out with Forge. It had multiplayer, a great campaign. It had theater. Like, it had literally everything. This game came out in 2007, September 25th, 2007. It had all of these things. Dude, if most games today are released in early access, so it's kind of hard to argue. But still, like, most games today don't even have, like, half of those features when the game is fully done. Like, Valorant doesn't even have a theater mode. I don't even know if it doesn't have custom games either. Like, this was so ahead of its time. Primetime multiplayer on Halo 3 was amazing. Campaign was amazing. Custom games with the boys, again, it goes back to the StarCraft thing. Just throwing custom games in, it allows the game to live on, like, basically forever, and people could do some crazy stuff. I remember I was in a clan at this time, and in my clan we made, like, in Forge on Foundry, which was like the main Forge map where you could do a bunch of crazy stuff. We made offices for ourselves because we were young and we were part of a clan, so it was like, I don't know, just silly stuff. But the custom games, so many good custom games. Fat Man, Katrina, that one, Jenga. There's so many, and also Reach as well has so many good custom games. But since I'm trying to pinpoint down a specific game, I have to go with 3. And yeah, I mean, just so goated. This is why you notice I'm not only a multiplayer kid, but I'm also an Xbox kid. That's why, like, you see Gears of War and Halo. That's why to this day, I mean, if you're a single player gamer, I could understand why PlayStation might have been better for you. But if you were a multiplayer gamer growing up, a multiplayer kid, like, I just don't even think you can argue PlayStation was better than Xbox, because Xbox had Halo and Gears of War. And obviously I'm biased, but, like, I don't know. I don't know what would change my mind, because Halo and Gears of War in primetime multiplayer was, like, absolute peak. Absolute peak. Some of you guys might know me for this game. Coming in at number 3, we have Smite. I mean, do I really even need to say anything? I typed in, my video is right here. I'm not even signed in. Somehow my video is showing up for Smite. What's with all the L's? No way, they're typing L's. That's crazy. I don't really feel like I need to say much for this. I mean, like, I know people are going to meme it, but genuinely, Smite is an amazing game. It's so fun. I mean, it's really shaped the past 10 years of my life. Made a job out of it. I've had tons of fun playing it. Competed in it. I mean, kind of, like, had the most fun, like, season 6, for example, just being a part of a Smite teams. We had a team house, hanging out with the boys. It brought so many memories to my life. An amazing game. And I think highly, highly underrated. Again, I'm biased, but also if I'm trying to look at it objectively, like, I think this game is super, super underrated. And yeah, I mean, of course I couldn't leave it out. It's number 3. And I mean, some people might be surprised, probably thought it was like number 2 or number 1, but, like, you know, it does get to a point where, like, if something's your job, you're going to enjoy it a bit less. But even with that being said, like, I mean, Smite's great. And this, of course, means Smite, just in general. Smite 2 still got some time to grow and some a ways to go before I'd say that it's up there. But, you know, just Smite in general, you know what I mean? We got 2 more, but we also have the honorable mentions. And the honorable mentions are pretty sick. I think you guys will enjoy some of the honorable mentions. So coming in at number 2, the spicy number. It's not really spicy at all, but number 2, Astrobot. Hell no. All right. We have COD 4. Call of Duty in general. This one is like, especially like, I kind of just have to say the series because there's so many good Call of Duties. Like I have to go COD 4. I got to go Modern Warfare 2. I got to go Black Ops 2. I got to go Black Ops 1. I got to go World at War. Like, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to just pinpoint down a single one. But if I had to, I'd have to go COD 4 because, again, like a game I grew up on. I love this game so much. It was another game that inspired me to get a PC because I wanted to get a PC to play COD 4 Pro Mod, which is a specific modded version of COD 4. If you don't really know, it's just like a slightly more competitive version of the game. But yeah, there was also custom games and like mods on COD 4 for like zombies, a bunch of different things. I remember playing Michael Myers with my friends on Overgrown, which is right here, the map. But yeah, like all the CODs are up there for me. I mean, I grew up a COD kid. I loved it so much. Inspired me to like make montages. Trickshotting Clan, if you didn't know, I ran a trickshotting team with actually Falco, the guy from the Yard, the really handsome looking feller from the Yard. He and I ran a clan together called the Vast Crew. So if you ever wanted to look up that, a little bit of my history, there's that. But yeah, grew up on this game and just COD in general. And I think that's part of the reason I can stream today and make YouTube videos on Smite because I was just so comfortable because I started really early. Like I used a camcorder and just like set it up on a tripod in our living room growing up and just recorded. And then eventually I got a Dazzle, if people know what a Dazzle is, and then I got an HD PVR and upgraded from there. You know, kept going. So that's the reason I'm comfortable making content on video games because I just kind of grew up doing it, and Call of Duty is the reason for that. So if I had to pinpoint, it'd probably be COD 4, but again, it's super, super close across all of them. And I know it's sort of a normie take to be like Call of Duty, but you know, I was a console kid, I was a multiplayer kid, and I love this game to this day. In fact, I'm probably after I'm done with this list, I might play a little bit of Call of Duty. So anyway, a little backstory, a little explanation why, but not that it really needed it. I mean, it's Call of Duty. Come on. Some people are probably like, because we're already through we're through basically the whole list, and some people are like, oh my god, Call of Duty? What about this super niche game? You're trying to out niche me. Oh, it's mainstream. You can't like it. I can see it now. All right, guys. Honorable mention time. Honorable mention number 1. Here we go. This is where I think maybe some of you guys will... I might out niche some of you. All right? We got... Fusion Frenzy. Fusion Frenzy. I bet you some people don't even know what this is, to be honest. But yeah, Fusion Frenzy was amazing. So if you don't know what this is, it's basically like a mini game, party game. If you think like Pummel Party or Mario Party or something like that. But you could play it split screen. Not split screen because it wasn't split screen. You'd all see. So like here's an example. You'd see this. You're jumping up. But there's a bunch of mini games. And it was set in this like kind of like neo like futuristic setting. It's kind of hard to remember. This came out in 2001, so I was 5 when it came out, but like obviously I played it a bit more growing up on the OG Xbox and played it with my brothers, with friends. Just good memories. Like when I just see this and think of this game, it just makes me happy. So I had to include it. I couldn't include it like because I wouldn't hop on and play this game today. I mean, I would probably do it for a little bit, but it didn't like hold up as well. Although it would be pretty fun to just, if I had any friends, just like have a little LAN party and play some Fusion Frenzy, But yeah, Fusion Frenzy was goated. Also, an Xbox original or an Xbox exclusive, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I'm an Xbox shill, I guess. All right, that was Fusion Frenzy. First honorable mention. It's just fun to go down memory lane. So, next up. Okay, real ones will remember this game or this series. I mean, it's not even that niche, so I don't know why I said that. But next honorable mention. Burnout Revenge. Just Burnout in general. I was considering throwing sports games in like Madden because I did love those games growing up as well, or like racing games. But I didn't really. It just didn't really resonate with me all that much. But a game that definitely did was Burnout Revenge. Um, so based. I'm glad you did. This is another fun game to play with friends, and like it's also unique. It's like the objective of the game was to literally fucking destroy cars and stuff.
Number 1 is Concord, right?
Yeah, CJ, you got it right. Thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back to the Fonzo family. I appreciate that. Yeah, I couldn't quite make it into the top 10 just because I'm not a huge like car game guy or racing guy or anything like that, but this is definitely one that stood out and that we loved growing up. I would go over to my friend's house to play this. A couple of my friends, Sean, Andrew, shout outs. But yeah, good times. Great game. Blockbuster. Dude, just even thinking about like going to Blockbuster for some of these games and renting them, or like renting Turok, or like next honorable mention. Okay, another thing I felt like I had to include. I had to include one of these because I also grew up playing Flash games and like games on like Miniclip, addictinggames.com, Newgrounds, eBombs World. I don't know if any of you guys remember these websites, but I had to include one game, and one game that like stood up well and it made a whole series out of was Balloons. I had to include Balloons. Not specifically Balloons Tower Defense, but like the original Balloons games where you'd pop the balloons like this right here. Apparently you can play it on Ninja Kiwi and crazygames.com. But Balloons Tower Defense is great. I always love playing tower defense games, but I like the ones where you actually make your own maze and stuff, so I still love Balloons Tower Defense, but like specifically the Balloons games, because there was like Balloons 1, 2, 3, 4, and you could also do custom games. You could make your own Balloons map, and there were some crazy custom maps that people made back in the day. Flashbang. But yeah, so specifically this one, some people may not know about this, but Balloons Tower Defense was created from the fact that Balloons did so well as a Flash game. You just had a certain amount of darts, and you would pop balloons, and you have to pop them all. Again, there's custom games, but yeah, I had to throw balloons in there. I had to throw a Flash game in there. There's other good Flash games, but like that was definitely one of them. So yeah, honorable mention to Balloons. Huge. Yeah, I did play Bubble Tanks. Another good Flash game that I was considering was Pocket Tanks. Anybody ever play Pocket Tanks? I think that's what it was called. I loved that game as well growing up, but I had to go for the normie one. I had to go for one normie one. Well, I mean, a lot of these are normie to be. All right, guys. You know we had to do this one. It's just an honorable mention for me, though, because it doesn't have that ADHD replayability for me a lot of the time. I just get bored. But back in the day, it definitely did. And the game is Chicken Jockey. It's Minecraft. I played this game, like, I don't know if it was the day it came out, but I literally, I was a day oneer for this game as well. My friend Andrew, he told me about it and he showed me it. And he had like a server that we could play on like really, really early on, where you had to like go through a process of like hosting it on your command prompt or some shit. I don't even remember. Obviously nowadays it's very easy to host a server, but yeah, I mean, fun game. I like building. First game where I was like building and doing creative stuff. You know, it's a fun fact though, even though I did play this a bunch and I played it right when it came out. When Minecraft came out, you actually couldn't, there was no like story and there was no camp, or what do you want to call it? There was no like objective apart from surviving, right? There was no end game. There was like nothing to do apart from build and survive. So to this day, I've never beat Minecraft. So that's a little fun fact. Even though it's in my honorable mention, I did play it a bunch and I grew up with it. But I don't even think I would like, if I played it again today, I don't even think I would try and beat it, because the only reason I want to play it is to build. So, but yeah, Minecraft. There's also a copycat Minecraft game that came out on Xbox 360. They were just trying to copy and capitalize on the craze that was Minecraft, and it was called like Fortress Craft, I think. I think that's what it was called. That was also pretty fun. I enjoyed that, but another honorable mention, Left 4 Dead. I mean, we had to throw it in. We had to. But to have a whole nother list of honorable mentions, but I mean, what more can be said? Freaking Left 4 Dead was amazing. Super sick game. Also ahead of its time, like for how well it ran, and like how every zombie had like individual death animation. Like, I don't know, so much was really cool about it. And multiplayer for Left 4 Dead 2 was amazing. You could play as the zombies, as the special zombies. That was sick. I don't know, just a ton of fun. I mean, I love zombies, everything, like movies, stories, everything. So this was great for me growing up. And I remember when they first showed, was it Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 at like E3? Is that what it's called? Or they like showed like a gameplay trailer on what was that one channel, G4, I don't know, something like that. And they were like showing that like every death animation was like unique and stuff. I don't know, it was so sick. All right, I don't want to go harp too long on these honorable mentions. Last honorable mention before we get to my number one. This is the last one. Sorry, I guess this was 6. My bad. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I didn't want to include any sport. I had to include at least one sport game. And I love the Maddens, I love all that stuff, but I had to include Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Another great game. I think part of the reason this stuck with us so well is because of like the soundtrack as well. But yeah, just so much fun. There's a lot of Easter eggs in these games as well. I wasn't like a skating kid growing up, so it's not because of that. I don't know. I just enjoyed the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games. They're very nostalgic as well. Just like hearing some of the songs, watching some of the gameplay. Good times. Since you guys are so close, I'm just going to reveal it now. It's Inside. That's my number one game. My favorite game of all time is Inside. You guys knew this. I feel like some of you did know this. If you've ever been in my stream, I've mentioned it. I've played it on stream. It's one of the only single player games I've ever played through. I think like 3 or 4 times. I've watched my brother play through this game. I mean, this is an amazing game. Look at the reviews on it in this game, by the way. I knew it was good, but I didn't know that it got that well reviewed. Part of the reason this is my favorite game is, one, I just love like eerie games like this and mysterious games. I hate single player games, or I used to hate single player games. This was one of the first single player games that I liked and wanted to play on my own. It was also, I get it is a platformer, right? I hate platformers, and I love this game. So it's like, I don't know, like it just struck a chord with me. And yeah, I just love this game. It's also not too long. I prefer more of a well, it depends. Like, you know, obviously I played like Red Dead and that's a super long playthrough, but in general I do prefer like a shorter playthrough of games. And this game I think only takes like 6 hours to beat or 7 hours. It's weird and I love weird shit. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think like a lot of it has to do with the fact that like at least before I wasn't a huge single player gamer, I wasn't a platform guy, like anything like that. And this game just like it, I still loved it so much. And I also was not a big puzzle guy. I don't like playing games with puzzles. I mean, I'm a COD kid, Gears of War kid, a Halo kid. I don't like games with puzzles. And this game had a few, they weren't like crazy puzzles. They're more on like the light end, but it did have some puzzles. And I loved it. Like, so it had anything that I didn't like at the time and I still loved it. So it just like, I don't know, it just stuck with me so much. And again, it's still one of the only games I've played multiple times through as a single player game. If you haven't played this game before, by the way, I highly recommend you try it. Just go in blind again. Just play it blind. Yeah, I had to throw it up there. Forgot to put ad on your stream title for Inside? Why do I see a few of you ball knowers, but it seems like a few of you guys are hating on this. Yeah, I mean, my top 10 list is full of like, it's like 7 or 8 multiplayer games. And then a couple, well, like I said, I'm getting more into it. I'm getting more into single player games. And there's like I said, I would like people to recommend some more games. I feel like I missed out. I mean, I've watched my brother play a lot of the games as well. Like, for example, I considered Last of Us because Last of Us is great, but I never actually played it. I only watched my brother play it and watched like a playthrough of it on YouTube, I think. Same with like Fallout. I only watched my brother play that. Skyrim. Although I'm not really into those. I think I might be more into Fallout now. I would try it and probably like it now. But I'd rather, I used to like watching my brother play those, and but yeah, never heard of it. Seems cool. Just legit never heard of it. I mean, it's my personal favorite, so I don't really care. But look, I mean, it has a 10 out of 10 on Steam. It's got a 93% on Metacritic. That's incredibly good. I'm pretty sure that's probably like that's got to be up there. And this was this wasn't made by like a huge company. They did make Limbo. Limbo's also good, but I much prefer the art in this game. I mean, like, if you just, I don't want to spoil anything, so make sure that doesn't happen. But like, I just love this. Like, I should have talked about that. The art in this game, everything is just it's just so mysterious. It's so eerie. Like, it's so fun. Wii Sports number 10, DayZ number 9, StarCraft number 8, Outer Wilds number 7, Gears of War 6, Red Dead 5, Halo 4, Smite 3, Call of Duty 2, and Inside 1. And then honorable mentions: Diffusion Frenzy, Burnout, Balloons, Minecraft, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and Left 4 Dead. If you haven't played any of these games, you should. Especially the ones that are like one-time playthrough games, like Outer Wilds. If you haven't played, 100%. And if you don't know anything about it, play that. Inside, 100%. Know nothing about it, play that.